working on it most of the time, and I finishing my new studio. The big one, it's like an office for singer makers. So this one is my old studio.
Awesome sauce.
Cool.
Welcome to the show. That is
Hello,
Rezone.
mate.
This is Utility
Yeah.
Room. I am Jello. Really happy to see you here with us. Where are we talking to you? Like geographically, where are you? What city? What country?
I'm in Russia. I'm a city called Tula. It's not far from Moscow. It's around I don't know 2.5 hours from Moscow, so it's 200 kilometers. And central Russia, I don't know. It's more Western Russia. Yeah, near Moscow.
Okay, awesome. You know, the time difference is 8 hours for us.
Yeah,
And it's strange. Like you're probably ready to do like nighttime, and here's me with my morning Java. Uh, uh,
cool. And
yeah,
and
it's
water on my side.
yeah. Okay, so you're ready to go out.
Yeah, but you can say because I'm in Russia, you can say that it's Russian vodka and I'm drinking on air. Yeah.
Tell me,
All right.
is this the city Tulam? Or is it Tulap? How
Tula. Tula.
Tula?
It's like two and LA.
Okay,
So it's like everyone have to leave the city and go to LA, Tula.
cool. Um, is this where you were born
Yes.
and you've been in this city your whole life? This is where you learned about raving.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not a big city, so it's around 700,000 people here, but it's central Russia and we're pretty close to Moscow. So I can say that we actually had a lot of good club and electronic music experience here. I don't know how that happened. So I think it's all about people. We had two guys who actually been making this music popular in the end of 18th and beginning of 19th. So when I was a young kid, had a good music around me in clubs and on the radio. So Tula has a lot of good electronic musicians who are popular in Russia, and we have a lot of guys who are actually working right now with me for singer makers. It's my sound design label, and we make samples used by Kashmir, Van Buren, Tiesto, and everyone. So it's everyone in Tula. So yeah,
How long ago was this? Like when did the first electronic music bite happen for you?
for me, I think it was when I was in school. At school, it was I've been 10 years old. I think so. But the first experience, it was pretty shocking for me. It was a German group called Scooter, and I was a big fan of this type of hardcore, happy hardcore music. And then happened Prodigy, the Prodigy for me. So it was wow, it's one more shock, and that was one by one. And I like making all kind of music. So it's not only about electronic music. So I'm happy about making some, I don't know, trap, some soul music, even hip hop, drum and bass. So I just love music. So I say everyone for my friends don't like genres, love music. So it's not only about electronic music, man.
Have
For me.
did what happened first for you? Was it DJing or was it producing? Which one did you do you think that you
Absolutely producing. So someday I realized that the best way to present my music to public for people is to play it as a DJ. So I started to learn how to DJ, and so it became some kind of I don't know. It's like symbiosis of making and playing music. So, but I love making music. So I love to DJ too, of course, but first for me is producing.
but back then though, was it DJing that was the thing that brought you in? Like did you go out?
Now,
Were you going out and were you dancing the night away and then you were like, "Oh my gosh, I want to be up there?" Or was it
I was too young to go to the club, so no, it was just listening music on the cassettes, on I don't know, some underground radios, and I don't know, I was 10, maybe 12 years old, so I wasn't able to go to the clubs. So just started to making music, and I have no idea about other DJs and producers, and I didn't know anything because it was now only started in Russia, and only a few people in my city, a few people in Moscow, and I don't know, 20 people around all Russia in those days. But one by one, I've been picking those tracks. Had some experience learning some software, some I knew about. I had no idea about Ibiza and everything, man. So I just been trying to learn making music and playing. So when I was in school, so the first I met friends DJs when I was I think 16 or 17, no, 17 years old. It was been learning in school, and the girl from my class told me that, oh, Jakob, I showed you her tracks, nice tracks. My boyfriend actually is a DJ. If you want, I can show him your tracks, and maybe he can help you. And she showed it, and I was making music on trackers. Do you remember Fast Tracker, Mod Plug Tracker, the old software?
No,
That's
no. I just gosh,
man,
the
that's
name is
pretty.
escaping me. I just heard of another DOS that somebody I had a guest that was using from back in the day, and I have no idea. Man, my first my I owned my first laptop in 2006. Before that, the
Uh,
only hardware that I had and I jam on it like crazy, I'd take it with me to my shows, was a Roland MC307. And yeah,
so.
it was a dope kit. It had the pitch controls, so I could match it. Along with anything that I was playing at that time. This is pre-sync days. Um, yeah, I liked it a lot. But I mean, I didn't have like the first program that I actually like jammed on was on my MacBook. It
Mm-hmm.
was GarageBand because it came with the book. Because after I bought the book, I was broke. so
It's
so
crazy.
yeah, which was I guess Baby Logic, and it was really funny because I loved using GarageBand, but I really didn't like using
Mm-hmm.
Logic. And then I went from GarageBand to Ableton. I had
Mm-hmm.
somebody, his name is escaping me right now, that actually got me onto Live, I think back in 2005. I was always
That's crazy.
using my friend's computer. I didn't have my own computer, so I had to go over to my friend Mark's house to use it
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't have my own laptop.
That's
And when I
cool.
had my own laptop, I couldn't afford to buy Live, like I was saying, so I had to use GarageBand, which is funny. So I was on Live, went to GarageBand. GarageBand, I jammed. There's a few tracks that I've got on Beatport that actually came off of GarageBand. Anyways, listen, this isn't about my shit. I'm curious. When did you start going out? Were you going out to parties or to clubs?
When she introduced me, that girl from my school, and she introduced me to her boyfriend, who was a DJ in one of the clubs in my city, and he checked my stuff and, oh, that's okay. So do you want to go to the club with us? So that was one of the first times we came out, and that was pretty shocking for me because a lot of young people, loud music. That was cool. So yeah, I understood that. That's really cool. That's what I want to do. So yeah, that was a good experience. So I started to learn DJing on the vinyl, of course, because we had no CD players at that times, and that was stressful because that guy, he already been playing on old CD players like Reloop, which is insane, and I've been learning on the vinyls on old Soviet, not the Technics, when you just start play and it starts spinning immediately. And the old Soviet turntables, you press play and it starts spinning very slowly, like whoa, 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 whoa. So it's not possible to start in time. So I had to press play, like scratching, and I have to manually push the vinyl to go in tempo. Now that was crazy, and he had only, I think, 2 or 3 vinyls. So while they've been having sex behind me in the bed, I've been trying to play turntables. That was pretty crazy, and I think after 20 minutes, I heard someone screaming behind me. What's happening? They're having sex, and they said me, Jakob, please change the vinyl side. We already tired of this track. Okay, sorry.
Because you were
That was
practicing,
my
so
first
right.
experience.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was interesting experience.
Were these parties, were they underground? Like, were you getting like a map to get to them, or were they really well known and you can buy a ticket for it anywhere you could buy a concert ticket?
No, that was official, so nothing on the ground, so that's okay. Because it was already like 2000. I don't remember current year, but I think it was 2000 plus minus. So yeah, so that was okay. 2002, maybe 2003. So I already been going to clubs and nothing on the ground. So yeah.
What was that typically like? For example, if you were hanging out with all of your friends, were all of your friends also into this music that you were into, or were you kind of alone
Mm,
with it because they were listening to other stuff?
I think most of the friends been listening other stuff because I can't say that it was so popular that days in Russia, but it became some years after. So I didn't care about those what they listen. So they listen other music. That's okay for me. So I just been listening to electronic music, and that was main thing for me. So some of my friends been going with clubs with me, but actually, I honestly say I didn't. I can't say that I had a lot of friends that days because I was a professional sportsman even when I was a kid. Then when I was a teenager, I've been playing a professionally basketball, and I was a champion of Russia. Was in a national team. I also been invited to United States to play, but I refused this because I already understood that I'm not gonna continue with professional sport. So music is the main thing for me. So yeah, uh, sport was with me for a long time, but music was already main priority.
What about Shaq?
Shaq is cool,
DJ
but
Diesel, man.
basketball stop. She's amazing. So scratches, man, that's crazy. But talking about basketball, it was over for me when Michael Jordan left basketball. So I said, okay, no, so I'm left too.
You felt like something left the sport for you at that time because
Yes,
okay. Was
yes, so
was
exactly.
was American basketball very popular? Where
Yeah, it was. Yeah, very popular. It's still very popular, and yeah, it's very. No one plays here baseball, but everyone has bats.
okay.
But no, of course I'm kidding, but yeah, some point of true is here. American football is also not popular here, but basketball is, yeah. We have a lot of outside, how it's called. It's like open grounds to play basketball, so a lot of gyms, and it's popular, yeah. Street ball.
Where would you say uh, was the turning point for you where you realized, I mean, like you said it to yourself that you wanted to not pursue sports. You wanted to do music. This was who you are. It's how you wanted to express yourself. What was the point that
Hmm.
you realized it started working? Where your efforts were, you could see what your efforts were doing, and the realization of it was before you. You were like, oh
That's
shit,
hard to say. It's hard. I still realizing it. But no,
that's awesome.
I definitely can say that I don't think it was like, and okay, now I'm doing other music. No, so it was a long way. And I can honestly say that there were a lot of disappointments because I've been making music for long. It's already I don't know 15 or 17 years. No, 7 years definitely, yeah, or maybe almost no 20 years. I'm making music for 20 years, and when I started to release music, so okay, that was cool. Start getting a lot of gigs, and yeah, that was a good experience because when I started to release music on European and American and Canadian labels like Bagite, and I start to receive a lot of messages from people in Russia saying that, "Wow, man, you are from Russia." from Russians. They saying me, "Oh man, you are from Russia. That's awesome. We like the tracks we play, they listen it, and we have no idea that you are from Russia." So that was cool. So I understood that I'm doing something right. So yeah, that was a long way, and it's keep on going. I like it. I still enjoy it a lot.
Do you find that there's a form of pride, local pride, for the musicians that are creating, the people that are there in electronic music? Is it a challenge to get local support, or do you find that the community is very accepting?
It's hard to say because you always get some support from some people, and some don't care. Some people, know, maybe jealous or just saying that why he's popular and my stuff is not popular. Yeah, it's hard to say because right now, I definitely could say that electronic music was very popular in Russia around 10 years ago. That was insane.
You're saying this was the
And
peak of its popularity?
yeah, I think so because right now it's changed a lot. So not about electronic music. So it's some kind of hip hop, but not good hip hop like I don't know,
Run the
like
jewels.
Dr. Dre, like Eminem, and it's it's like mix of stupid deep house with hip hop on top of it. It's I think it's pretty local stuff in Russia, where it's nowhere in the world somewhere else. But it's for me it's horrible. Like I'm a musician, I'm listening to the shit. I was, okay, no. And young people listen to this, and we're just trying to show them something different. And I'm happy when we get some feedback and we, you know, showing them alternative kind of music. So that's good. But I think right now it's not the best ways, sorry, best days for electronic music in Russia right now. So maybe that will change in a years, but not now.
Well, how I guess I have a big question. When we talk about stuff right now, what's what's happening over there with the pandemic? But you did not. You didn't get.
about
So
all this stuff.
that's a wild story that you shared with us. I feel like y'all are very fortunate. That's great, and I'm happy everybody's okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's thanks God because yeah, I had a lot of friends who were COVID positive, and I definitely can say that I actually have friend of friends who died because of COVID, but I definitely can say that unfortunately they had a lot of problems with their health before it. So like there was two I don't know how to say correctly, too big waste, like very fat or too much smoking or maybe alcohol. And most of my friends who don't drink, been making sports and more healthy way of life, they actually had very soft COVID, so no problems. And I'm very glad about them and about my family. But so I think it's goes very bad to those who have a problems with their health before COVID.
Happy to hear everyone's all right now in your household. I'm sorry to hear about the friends of the friends. I want to. I
Yes,
want to.
that is good.
I want to get back to some of the
That's
stuff you were saying about music. When you were bringing up that there was all these different genres are very much a part of you. What do you feel is the genre that's
yeah.
had some of the most success for you as an artist? The stuff that you feel that you could reflect on, look back and say that this was a great expression of you.
uh it's different genres in different times. Right now, I can say that I'm really love. I still love making dance music. So doesn't matter what kind of dance music. So right now, I'm love making some kind of mix of house with bass house with a little bit of electro elements and maybe some old school stuff. Really like making this. So it's clubs are closed, no festivals. Okay, I say okay, it's a good time to make some dance hard music. All right, no one will play it but them, of course. I like to make this. So like express yourself, like Boogie Monster, and got some really nice support from Tiesto, David Guetta, and some other DJs, some radio stations. So that's cool. That's cool. And but also I can definitely say that I've been making a lot of genres under Rezone because I think when we first met, it was I was on Bugite Records, a Canadian label, right?
Mhm.
Bugite, yes, and also too, right?
I did.
Kill, Yes, and that when we met, so I've been making some electro, and that was cool. I liked it. Actually, I had no idea about genres that day, so I just been making what I can make. So yeah, and then I found for myself some kind of progressive house music, and that was wow. I like it a lot. So it's like Eric Priest, like Preda. Wow, yeah, cool. I started making this kind of music, and those people who have been listening to my kind of electro stuff, they say, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" So I don't care. I make a progressive now. Okay, so they stopped listening to my music, but I built new audience who listen to progressive house. Okay, cool. But then I found for myself techno. Okay, oh, techno is so cool. Okay, and now I'm making techno. And I started to make techno, releasing on techno labels like Tool Room, 1605, on Umik label, Car Clock's been playing my tracks. And I lost my progressive house audience, and I built new audience who listen to techno. Okay, so then I said, okay, I'm tired of techno, now I'm making EDM. And that's happening for me every time. So people, my fan base saying, dude, maybe you can focus on one genre, or I don't know, maybe you can make release it on different under different names. I say, okay, no, I just gonna play this, making this. Okay, so that bad for me as an artist. I fully understand this, but that's me. I understand that maybe because of this I won't be a superstar someday, but I'm definitely can say that I'm honest.
This is awesome. You know
um,
what? You said something when what you were just saying when you were talking about how you were moving through the genres and what it was that you were feeling at the time and making. You brought up EDM as
mhm.
its own thing, its own genre. Was is techno, deep house, dubstep, drum and bass? Are these genres not EDM, or is EDM its own thing? That's
No, of course, EDM. No, I just said that like EDM, like big room. So let's name it big
okay.
room kind of
Okay.
music.
No,
So
no,
that
no.
was what we're talking about. Of course, everything is EDM. Yes,
Yeah.
it's electronic dance music. Yeah, sure. It's but I think it's just stupid name for the music, what actually was electro mixed with progressive house. So I've been talking about this time like type of music. So that also was uh, some experience of releasing this kind of stuff on Mixmash of Laidback Luke, on I don't remember, on Ultra and some other labels. But then also I've been tired of this, and now I'm back a little bit back to the roots. So it's a mix of house, electro, bass, a little bit of everything. So I love making experiments.
What was the experiment that had you collab with Joachim Garode? You guys created a brand new identity for
Ah,
that, right? Like an alias.
yeah, it's called We Are Brute. We Are Brute. Yeah. Jahim been playing my tracks for many years, and to be honest, I knew him as a DJ who mixed Tool Room nights on Tool Room. That was cool. And then I realized actually Jahim Gura is the guy who actually produced all the hits of David Guetta. And he also produced track for Beyonce. And he also make tracks for Bob Sinclair, for Madonna, and lot of big names, superstars. And I had no idea that actually this is that guy. And then wow, cool. So that was very impressive for me because I knew him as like more underground guy, and he's actually like me making different genres. And then he started a new label called Underground Music, and he released the first single on his label. It was amazing. It's called Signal EP, Signal EP, and it sounded so professionally mixed, produced, and that was wow effect for me. So when I downloaded, I tried to make a remix on the track which I really liked, but it was not for my DJ sets. So that day I already started making We rearranged parties in my city, so we started making some kind of Rezone and Friends gigs. And I decided to make a remix on his track. And when I made it, tested on a dance line, it sounded cool. It was more electro and techno remix on this track. Aces 303, it's called, like, yeah, something like that. And I sent him, so just to listen. So, man, if you like it, maybe you'll play it. And he checked and he said, man, this is amazing. I like it. So I want to release it. I was, wow, okay. So I will be happy. And he released it on his label, on the Ground Music. And not this summer, previous summer, we been making a trip to Europe with my family, with my wife and kids. And it was Amsterdam, then Paris, and then Spain. And I wrote to guys from the label, so not to him because I know he is a very busy guy, and he's living in Los Angeles. He's not. He's originally from Paris and from France, but he lived in LA for many years.
His
And I
Instagram
wrote to
makes
the
it look like
guys,
he's living in a mobile home studio that's just like constantly in the
yes,
desert. That's
yes, that's insane. He built
solar powered,
absolutely.
off grid.
Yes, solar power. It's amazing. He just drove into the Black Rock desert and
Yeah.
making music. So yeah, I will also get back to this story. So, and I wrote the guys from the label, from his label, and saying that, guys, I'll be in Paris. So if you want to hang out and maybe drink some coffee, let's meet. And Jahim replied me, okay, cool, man. It's like it's a destiny. He's living in LA, but I'll be those 2 days when you are in Paris, also in Paris. So it's a destiny. I want to meet you. So come to our place. Let's just drink coffee. Okay, cool, amazing. So when I was in Paris, I came to their studio. It's called it's the Mix Studios. It's actually not in Paris. It's a little bit outside of Paris, and it's like a big house with I don't remember. I think 5 studios inside, and with a lot of analog gear and everything. And he was very kind. They showed me all the studios. We had not this nice discussion, and I felt that actually he's a really nice guy. And he also said, "Oh man, it's we have a lot of similar views on the music, ideas, way of producing." And when we were discussing, I told him that I came to Paris with my family. I have 2 kids, twins, boy and girl. And he told me, "Oh man, I also have twins. Oh, damn it, that was hard for you when they were born." I said, "Man, yeah, that was horrible." So that, next level of
That's how
friendship.
you recall it.
So okay, yeah. So that was very funny, and we've been. Showed him some of my new tracks, and he checked it. It was really cool. I like the way you produce. So let's try to make music together. Okay, man. I thought it actually was a joke, but when I came back to Russia and he reminded me, okay, I said, let's make, and we start making new music. Then
You guys, hold on. So
he,
you went back home. You went back home. Sorry to break up. I'm just. You guys were not together when you
yes, yeah,
started. You were like
yeah.
you were virtual making the music. You guys weren't
We've been
together.
making it virtually, but then he bought tickets and came to Russia for me for 1 week just to make music.
Did I just break up the story? Because that's like a super cool detail. Like holy shit.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That's
Uh,
incredible. That's crazy. He got back to LA, and then he told me, oh, okay, Jakob, how about to make music in Tula? Okay, oh, okay, let's do this. And he came to my place in this studio. We've been making the music. Oh, I think it was 24/7 for a whole week. Because he's like a machine. He's like a robot. He wake up early, go sleep very late, and I've been feeling myself like, oh man, I'm gonna die because he's like a robot. He's so much energy, so much power. I think he's 50 years old, and I'm 35. I thought like I'm gonna die this because that's so many. It's so many work, and we produced a lot of tracks. Actually, I think we did around 7 tracks, and we released only two, and the new tracks we're still working on them, finishing, and we've been preparing a live performance, and we had to play a gig in a big festival in Paris in September, this September, and because of lockdown everything was cancelled, so that was very frustrating. And before that, I had to go to Los Angeles to be his guest and continue working on this on the new tracks. So, and he showed me that car he created, it like a home studio on the wheels on the Tesla, this with Tesla panels, so solar energy, no noise, and he drive it to Black Rock and just stay anywhere he want on the on shore of ocean and make music. It's very inspiring. So, and we were going to do this in LA, and of course, because of lockdown, everything was canceled. And I already arranged the visa. Ah, no, no, I didn't arrange. I paid for the visa and everything. I had to go to this place to get visa in Moscow, and everything was closed. So, damn it. I'm waiting for you know for everything get better with pandemic situation. So he's still reminding me that he's waiting me in LA, and
Excellent.
probably yeah, probably because right now we you can go to Russia, and we already opening some flights for like not many of them, unfortunately. And actually I know that we can go to United States, but if you have visa, but I can't get visa right now because it's closed. So it's pretty frustrating. Yeah,
I have a
but I
lot
think
of
it's gonna
faith
be cool.
in. I have a lot of faith in the year 2022. I think that's going to
Yes,
be. I think that's going to be a super cool year for all kinds of reasons. I
absolutely,
mean,
absolutely agree.
I think I feel
Yes,
that people will start getting together more. I wonder what it will be like. I think the parties are going to be like you know, but I also think that just like this. Could you imagine? Like, yeah, you're in Russia. I can't sit next to you so easily. But I mean, if I knew you were going to be in LA, that's a whole lot closer. Maybe try and make something there. But
yes.
I mean, it would be cool. It would be cool for us to get together. I feel a lot of people are going to want to get together. Just get together.
I would
And
love to,
that
man.
vibe
Yes.
right
So
there is
if I'll
such a
go to States, I will
right.
go to States. I'll definitely buy a ticket and fly to you to make some music together, and we'll rock it.
Oh man, that would be go. What do we call it? Rejello.
Rigello, yes, that sounds nice. Gison, it's
That
like
sounds like something else, man.
French
Back
touch.
over here, that sounds like something else. I
uh,
I really love the track that you did with Joakim. I really appreciate you sharing all that stuff. That's incredible. What a story! Holy
thank
shit!
you, thank you.
This genre is what I would call electro techno. Um,
Yeah,
it
indeed,
doesn't
indeed.
have, I guess, I feel it electro house. It became very typical to have uh, very aggressive drops, and then these breakdowns would have like I don't know where this melody came from. Here it is, this weird melody, a build up back into the whatever that
Yeah,
drop was. This formula was I feel like almost like it ate itself up. Um,
yeah, it's been too much. Absolutely agree.
what you guys did was, I mean, firstly, the marching drum on it is fucking dope. Um,
Yeah,
I feel that you guys did a fusion of what could be, like almost drumline, techno, and I guess the idea of what was electro house minus this weird breakdown that comes out of left field.
thank
Really
you very
enjoy
much.
it.
Thank
It's
you.
been we've when I've jammed on the show, I've used it. I think it's super dynamite,
Cool.
and I like Boogie
Thank you,
Monster a
mate.
lot also, man. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
If you go out to do a show when all this is in 2022, when you're going out to do a show,
Yes.
is there music that has stayed with you throughout all the time of your gigs that never leave your stick, your record box, whatever your setup is? Is there three songs that is there more? Is there more than three? Do you have songs that stay with you that are like no matter what are they're part of you?
Hmm. Like you talking about
Whether it's stuff
free
you made
tracks
or
that
sure,
are
give me three.
always
I like three.
ready
I
to
don't want to put
play.
too much pressure and someone's just talking for a while.
It's actually maybe a bit different from my regular genre because when I make when I play as a DJ, I can you make to make some fusion of genres. So I can start with like some kind of bass house, then move it a little bit into tech house, then mix it a little to a bit to techno, but a little bit, not just a regular techno. So I'm trying to balance between genres because I don't want to play like only bass house or only progressive house or only techno. So I'm trying to mix different genres, and I have some tracks like that are absolutely different from my whole set. But when I want to switch my gig, I love to use some of these tracks. One of them is old track. I think it's Switch, a bit patchy, Eric Pritz remix. You remember this vocal sample? Down
There,
there,
this
down
this
down there.
era this era of fidget house is like, and
Yes,
Switch
I love.
was just like,
Yes,
woo.
that's sweet. That was amazing. I play both original version and Eric Pritz remix too, because Eric Pritz remix was different. That was into progressive house with long breakdown. It was building and building, and when I'm playing and I feel that audience tight, I play this track and I can do everything I want after this track, and it's like a magical track for me. So that's one of them.
Awesome.
Also, damn it. That's a hard question.
It's funny. I do ask it, and the reason why is because uh, some people have given their answer is music that they've made or collab, been a part of, remix something, uh, and then obviously there's the other answer, which is music that they're
I remember second track. I remember second track which I also used like a switch. It's Tiger Stripes called a track called Till Morning Light. I love this one. It's so much energy in this, and it's a fusion of progressive and a little bit electro and techno. Oh, I love this track. So this one is also like one of my favorite tracks to play. So yeah, I use this one. And track number three. Oh my god, that's that's hard to say. Mm, I think I can name only two of them.
How about this? How about this? Anywhere COVID's not on, we've all been poked by a needle, we're good to go and party. Okay? Anywhere in the
Mhm.
world that you can go and perform at, where would it be?
Where would it be? Wow. Hmm. That's a hard question.
Yeah.
I love Ibiza. I love Amsterdam. It depends on on a lot of things. That's a hard question. I think I won't say maybe Amnesia. Maybe Amnesia. I love this place. That's good place to play electronic music. That was one of when I first time was on Ibiza and we went traveling across the island. It was actually my birthday, so my wife told me that we were in Spain that way. Actually, you can ask me if I've been living all my life in Russia. It is, but we did some kind of a test drive. We've been thinking to move to Spain, and we've been living in Spain for 3 months, and I understood absolutely that when I was a teenager, 20 years old, I've been thinking that someday I will move to live to a hot, warm country. on the beach, sea, and everything. So, and we did some kind of try to live there for 3 months. So 1 month was shocking for me. Second month, I understood that it's not for me absolutely. Everyone, no one working. Everyone is lazy. Always shops and restaurants closed. It's like siesta, siesta. We have a holidays. What? That's insane for me. So on the
how does anything
third
get done?
month,
How does it all get done?
we got back to Russia. We returned to Russia, and I said to my wife, "I will never go to live. I'm not going to live in Spain or somewhere where it's so hot. It's not for me." And I absolutely understood that. For me, it's much better, like Amsterdam, because everyone is active. I'm in love with Amsterdam. I definitely can say so. It's like it's gonna be an answer to your question somewhere in Amsterdam because I love this. I love Netherlands. I love Amsterdam. I don't know why, but I feel there myself like I'm at home. So everyone is about music. Everyone is about art. Open mind people and there is no good weather. It's pretty close to Russia. I think it's even cold in Russia because in Russia summer is pretty hot. In Amsterdam it's like 2 days. It's plus 20 25 and it's summer 2 days. That's all. But I love Amsterdam, so I definitely can say that I would love to play in Amsterdam. And which club? I love a lot of clubs in Amsterdam. Damn it! I actually played in Amsterdam once in a club called Escape. It was not bad, but it was not the prime time, but that was okay for me. But I think Ziggo or Amsterdam Arena, it's 16,000 people. It's always full. That's for me.
I partied my ass off in Amsterdam. I spent 72 hours there, and then it was I had to go.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah,
Loved it though. I agree with
I
you.
love
Great
it.
place.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I would love to play in Amsterdam anytime.
What about where we could find you online? If there was a spot that you want to promote right now to let everyone watching the show or hearing it, where could they go to hear DJ Rezone?
Uh, Spotify to listen my tracks. Apple Music also. Always in Amsterdam, so I mostly publish all in Amsterdam. Oh, and Amsterdam. Sorry, I'm thinking about Amsterdam right now on Instagram. So yeah, I'll post everything in Instagram. Some of it's on Facebook, but mostly Instagram. Regarding streams, I can say that I'm not doing too much streams because, to be honest, I don't have time because I spend a lot of time now making new music. Because right now, I'm resurrecting my record label Resonance, and I already have tracks for the next half of year every month, and we already signed an agreement with a company that make promo for spinning musical freedom confession at bass, and they will promote this music, so it's gonna be some big impact. And we are going to make videos on every track, like good music videos with stories like back in the days, like Roger Sanchez, Another Chance, like Stardust, Fatboy Slim. So not those crappy videos of hip hoppers spending money, my Ferrari and everything. No, it's gonna be good stories for the every track. So I hope that we will be um, good and the people will like it. So next half of year gonna be very interesting and I think one of the most exciting in my life. So just follow us on Spotify, on YouTube, and it's gonna be cool.
Super stoked. Thank you so much for doing this with us, man. Fucking amazing. Really, you
Thank you
know?
for the invite. Thank you for the invite, man. It's I'm very appreciated too. So, woo!
Do you want to do the whoop? We got to do the whoop for
I
Instagram,
don't
right?
know, no. I don't know.
We don't
That
do
was
it here,
cool,
but we'll
man.
do it after. Listen, thanks a lot. That is the super awesome DJ Rezone. This is Utility Room. I am Jello. You are Awesome Sauce. Thanks a lot for tuning in.